In order to truly understand the gnosis of the tarot, one must see it as a symbolic map that explains our everyday reality. Join us on this journey. Let's delve into the beyond. In part 1 of this video, we delved into the tarot from an exoteric point of view, explaining how it came to be and what form of gnosis tells us about reality. Part 2 is a bit more esoteric. Our aim here is to familiarize ourselves with how to read the tarot by understanding the basic symbology behind the cards. So how exactly does the tarot function as a tool for gnosis, a term signifying personal spiritual knowledge or hidden wisdom? The core principle lies in the interplay between the symbolic language of the cards and the reader's intuition. Each card, with its unique imagery and story, acts as a prompt, sparking introspection and revealing unconscious patterns within the querent, the person seeking guidance. By delving into the symbolism, the figures, colors, and actions depicted, the reader can gain insights into their current situation, potential challenges, and opportunities for growth. The Major Arcana, the heart of the tarot, is mystical with 22 archetypal figures and scenes. Each card represents a significant stage on a universal journey of self-discovery, known as the Fool's Journey. This metaphorical odyssey, beginning with the Fool, card number 0, and culminating with the World, card number 21, reflects the major milestones and challenges we encounter throughout our lives. The Major Arcana can be understood using the Tree of Life. Each of the 10 Sephira and the 22 paths that link them on the tree corresponds to a different archetype present in the Major Arcana, providing a structured framework for understanding the deeper meanings of the cards. However, diving into this intricate correspondence requires a deeper exploration, and beginners can still glean valuable insights from the surface-level associations. For now, let's just focus on the Fool's Journey. The Fool, shining with innocence, boundless potential, and foolishness, takes the first tentative step into the unknown. This card embodies the spirit of new beginnings, the leap of faith we take when embarking on new ventures. As the journey unfolds, the Fool encounters the Magician, 1. This card signifies the power within ourselves. The magician is often depicted in a confident stance, holding a wand and pointing to the heavens, symbolizing focused will. On a table before them lie various tools: a cup, pentacle, sword, and coin, representing the elements and the potential to manifest anything we desire through focused action. The High Priestess, 2. Here, we encounter the realm of intuition and the unconscious mind. The High Priestess is veiled, seated between 2 pillars, one black and one white, representing the duality of existence. She holds a book on her lap, signifying hidden knowledge, and a scroll at her feet, representing the potential for accessing this wisdom. The Empress, 3. This card embodies the nurturing and creative aspects of the feminine principle. The Empress is often depicted seated amidst a bountiful landscape, wearing a crown of leaves. She holds a scepter with an orb, symbolizing abundance and fertility. This card represents the potential to bring forth new ideas and projects and to nourish them into fruition. The Emperor, 4. The Emperor signifies structure, authority, and leadership. He sits upon a throne adorned in royal garb, holding a scepter representing his power and control. This card represents the need for establishing boundaries, creating order in our lives, and asserting our will effectively in the world. The Hierophant, 5. This card represents tradition, conformity, and established systems of belief. The Hierophant, a pope-like figure, sits between 2 kneeling figures. He holds a staff with 3 crossbars, symbolizing connection to the spiritual realm and established teachings. The Hierophant challenges us to question our values and integrate them with the wisdom of those who came before us. The Lovers, VI. Here, we confront the complexities of love, relationships, and choices. The Lovers depicts a man and woman standing naked beneath an angel, representing innocence and purity. An apple tree with a serpent coiled around its trunk stands behind them, symbolizing temptation and the duality of choice. The Lovers encourage us to find balance between opposing desires and cultivate healthy partnerships. The Chariot, VII. This card signifies willpower, direction, and control over our destiny. The Chariot depicts a figure in a chariot drawn by two sphinxes, one white and one black, representing the need to harness opposing forces. The charioteer holds reins and a whip, symbolizing control and the ability to navigate challenges that may arise. This initial phase of the Fool's journey focuses on establishing our sense of self, exploring our creativity, and navigating the social structures that influence us. The cards encountered here lay the foundation for our growth and development through self-discovery and the choices we make. The next section of the Major Arcana delves deeper into psychological complexities and the transformative power of life's challenges. We encounter Strength, VIII. This card emphasizes inner strength, compassion, and the ability to navigate challenging situations with grace. The image depicts a graceful woman gently but firmly holding the jaws of a lion shut. The woman's calm demeanor and lack of weapons symbolize the power of gentleness and taming our inner beast through self-control. The lion, often representing our primal instincts and emotions, rests its paw on the woman's thigh in a gesture of respect, signifying the harmony that can be achieved when we acknowledge and manage our emotions. The Hermit, IX. Here, we enter a period of introspection and solitude. The Hermit is depicted as an old man with a long white beard, cloaked and staff in hand, standing alone on a mountaintop beneath a starry sky. His lantern casts a single beam of light on his path, symbolizing the inward journey of self-reflection and the search for hidden wisdom within. Wheel of Fortune, X. This card represents the cyclical nature of life, reminding us that change is inevitable and fortune can be fickle. The Wheel of Fortune is a large wheel adorned with mystical symbols, being spun by a winged figure. Creatures representing different social classes climb onto the wheel or fall from it, signifying the ever-turning nature of fate and the impermanence of fortune. Justice, XI. Justice embodies fairness, balance, and cause and effect. The image depicts a figure cloaked in purple and red, seated on a throne, holding a sword in one hand and scales in the other. The scales represent the weighing of evidence and the pursuit of a just outcome. The upright sword signifies the enforcement of law and order. Justice reminds us to take responsibility for our actions and strive for ethical conduct in our dealings with others. The Hanged Man, XII. This card signifies a period of suspension, sacrifice, and seeing things from a new perspective. The Hanged Man is depicted as a figure suspended upside down from a wooden frame, with their hands tied behind their back. Despite the seemingly uncomfortable position, the figure's face is serene, symbolizing a willingness to surrender to a different point of view and a new way of understanding a situation. Death, XIII. Often misunderstood, death signifies endings, transformation, and letting go of the old to make way for the new. The image depicts a skeletal figure riding a white horse, carrying a black flag. People from all walks of life kneel before or are touched by the figure, signifying the universality of death. Temperance, XIV. Here, we learn the art of moderation and integration. Temperance is depicted as an angel pouring liquid from one cup to another. Flowing water symbolizes emotions and intuition, while the cups represent the conscious and unconscious mind. This phase of the Fool's journey confronts us with the darker aspects of life, the inevitability of change, and the need for personal transformation. The final leg of the Fool's journey focuses on integrating the lessons learned and achieving a sense of wholeness. We encounter the Devil, 15. This card represents temptation, materialism, and the shadow self. The image depicts a horned figure with bat-like wings, often sitting on a throne. They may hold chains, symbolizing bondage to our desires. Naked figures kneel before the devil, representing the temptation to surrender to our baser instincts. However, the chains are loose, suggesting that we have the free will to resist these temptations. The Tower, 16. Sudden upheavals and unexpected disruptions are signified by the tower. The image depicts a tower being struck by lightning, with figures falling from it. This card represents the shattering of illusions, the dismantling of outdated structures, and the forced change that can sometimes be a catalyst for growth. The Star, 17. Here, we find renewed hope, faith, and a sense of purpose. The star depicts a naked woman kneeling beside a pool of water, pouring water from a pitcher onto the land. A star shines brightly above her, symbolizing a guiding light or a renewed sense of purpose. In the distance, birds drink from the water, representing the nourishment of hope and inspiration. The star reminds us to connect with our dreams and aspirations, to trust in the universe, and to keep reaching for our highest potential. The Moon, 18. This card represents illusion, deception, and the hidden aspects of our psyche. The image depicts a path winding through a landscape bathed in the moonlight. A crayfish crawls out of a pool at the path's base, symbolizing the emergence of primal emotions and instincts. Two dogs bark at the moon, one white and one black, representing the duality of our nature. The Sun, 19. The sun signifies joy, abundance, and a sense of achievement. The image depicts a radiant sun shining down on a joyful child riding a white horse. Sunflowers bloom in the foreground, symbolizing vitality and happiness. The sun is a card of warmth, success, and the fulfillment of our desires. The final leg of the Fool's journey focuses on integrating the lessons learned and achieving a sense of wholeness. We encounter Judgement, 20. This card signifies self-reflection, evaluation, and the call to action. The image depicts an angel blowing a trumpet, summoning figures from their graves. This doesn't necessarily represent physical death, but rather a call to awaken to a new level of consciousness. The figures rising from the graves represent aspects of ourselves that we may have buried or ignored. The World, 21. The final card of the Major Arcana represents completion, fulfillment, and a sense of interconnectedness. The World depicts a naked figure dancing within a laurel wreath, representing wholeness and achievement. The figure holds a staff in each hand, one reaching upwards and one downwards, symbolizing the connection between heaven and earth and the integration of all aspects of the self. 4 creatures from the other Major Arcana cards: the Angel, representing spirit, the Bull, representing earth, the Lion, representing fire, and the Eagle, representing air, stand at the corners of the wreath, symbolizing the balance and harmony of the different elements within ourselves. It also represents our connection to the universe and the cyclical nature of life, as the Fool's journey can begin anew. The Minor Arcana, consisting of 4 suits with 10 numbered cards and 4 court cards each, offers a more nuanced exploration of everyday experiences. Each suit is associated with a classical element and a corresponding psychological state. Wands, fire. This suit represents passion, creativity, inspiration, and willpower. The numbered cards in Wands depict the development of an idea from the spark of inspiration, Ace, to its manifestation into the world, 10. Court cards like Knight of Wands embody the impulsive and action-oriented aspects of our fiery nature. Cups, water. The suit of Cups delves into the realms of emotions, relationships, intuition, and the unconscious mind. The numbered cards in Cups illustrate the journey of a relationship from the initial attraction, Ace, to deep emotional connection, 10. Court cards like Queen of Cups embody the nurturing and compassionate aspects of our emotional nature. Swords, air. This suit is associated with intellect, communication, logic, and analysis. The numbered cards in Swords depict the development of a thought or idea from the initial spark, Ace, to its clear communication, 10. Court cards like Page of Swords embody the inquisitive and analytical aspects of our intellectual nature. Pentacles, earth. The suit of Pentacles represents the material world, security, stability, and practicality. The numbered cards in Pentacles depict the building of a foundation, Ace, to achieving financial security and abundance, 10. Court cards like King of Pentacles embody the grounded and pragmatic aspects of our material nature. The minor arcana's numerical sequences, beyond their face value, are viewed through a Kabbalistic lens. Here's how the numbers 1 through 10 in the minor arcana resonate with Kabbalistic concepts. The aces, number 1, represent the initial spark, seed, or pure potentiality within each suit's domain. In Kabbalah, the number 1 is associated with Kether, the highest Sephirot, symbolizing the divine will and the oneness from which all creation unfolds. The 2s introduce the concept of duality. They depict the initial challenge or tension that arises as the initial spark, Ace, begins to manifest in the material world. In Kabbalah, the number 2 is associated with Chokmah, wisdom, and Bina, understanding, representing the masculine and feminine principles that interact to bring forth creation. The 3s depict movement and the establishment of a foundation. They suggest the possibility of overcoming the challenges presented by the 2s and finding a harmonious balance. In Kabbalah, the number 3 is associated with chest, loving kindness, symbolizing the flow of divine energy into creation. The 4s represent a period of stability and consolidation. The foundation established in the 3s becomes more solidified. In Kabbalah, the number 4 is associated with Gevura, severity, and reflects the limitations and structures necessary for manifestation. The 5s introduce the element of change and disruption. The established stability of the 4s is challenged, forcing movement and potential conflict. In Kabbalah, the number 5 is associated with Netzach, victory, and Had, splendor, representing the struggle between opposing forces that ultimately leads to transformation. The 6s depict a period of realignment and restoration of balance after the disruption of the 5s. Lessons are learned and a new foundation can be built. In Kabbalah, the number 6 is associated with Tifereth, beauty, representing the harmonious integration of opposing forces. The 7s represent victory, achievement, and the successful integration of the lessons learned throughout the suit sequence. In Kabbalah, the number 7 is associated with Netzach, victory, on a more realized level, signifying the culmination of effort and the attainment of a goal. The 8s depict a period of transformation and integration on a deeper level. The achievements of the 7s are now fully assimilated and become part of the individual's foundation. In Kabbalah, the The number 8 is associated with Hod, splendor, representing the radiance and expansion of consciousness that follows successful transformation. The 9s represent completion and the culmination of a cycle within the suit's journey. The lessons learned and experiences integrated are now ready to be shared with the world. In Kabbalah, the number 9 is associated with Yesod, foundation, symbolizing the completion of a cycle and the potential for new beginnings. The 10s represent the full manifestation of the suit's energy and the potential for new beginnings. The lessons learned throughout the numerical sequence culminate in a state of fulfillment and a foundation for future endeavors. In Kabbalah, the number 10 is associated with Malkuth, kingdom, symbolizing the realization of the divine plan in the material world. The court cards, king, queen, knight, and page, within each suit can further be linked to Kabbalistic concepts. These cards are seen as representing different aspects of the divine energy flowing through each sephirah associated with the suit. For instance, the king might embody the most mature and realized expression of that energy, while the page might represent the initial spark or potential. Understanding these associations allows for a more nuanced interpretation. For example, the King of Wands linked to Netzach, victory, might symbolize taking decisive action to achieve a goal. In contrast, the Page of Wands connected to the spark of inspiration, Ace, might represent a sudden burst of creative energy or a new idea waiting to be developed. To finish this video, it's highly recommended to go beyond only knowing about tarot to actually experimenting with it. You can get yourself a deck and find out the best ways to gain gnosis from having a conversation with the cards with an open heart and a clear mind. It's a good practice in terms of helping you understand your inner workings and how your mind works associations. And it's also an opportunity to communicate with the archetypes of the collective unconscious if you prefer a Jungian perspective. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We invite you to subscribe to Journey to Beyond as we continue to delve into the gnosis of spiritual ascension.